In many ways, it feels like Fnatic are 5 individual members who refuses to lose, but they can't really seem to help each other.
That was the key thing for Rocket. They seem to have just needed time, but now they're starting to really take it to their opponents. This is the best Rocket we've seen in years. If I'm, Fnatic, I'm worried about my spot in playoffs right now.
I still believe this H2K lineup will be one of the best.
We're expecting nothing short of very clean play from G2 Esports. This is how they've stayed undefeated for so long.
This is here, Syncroft just wants to get something! He just wants something, but he can't get it! It's calm, it's collected, it is dominating. This is the Unicorns of Love style. It's the Slade! Crow! Maxlor's gonna hop over and look to take down Power of Evil. Misses on the collateral. Second! That was sick!
Look at the 3-man body slam! That's the team fight impact Wonder was looking for. H2K, UOL, and Splyce are very close together in terms of skill from what we've seen from the last few weeks. And how on earth do you separate them? Only playoffs will finalize that.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the final week of the EU LCS 2017 Spring Split regular season. We have 4 massive days of League of Legends coming your way with implications for playoff seeding and pride. Earlier today, we saw the crowd in an uproar, getting ready, the teams on stage as well. Unicorns Love backstage. Cersei, I think that's confidence on his face. I can't 100% tell.
He's there again, mate.
It's confidence. He's coming back. He's
Camera's
in there
stalking him.
Splyce going on stage as well. These guys getting geared up for their first match of the day, and the classic Splyce huddle. Yamato Cannon Shirley with some words of wisdom to get them started. Good evening. I'm Daniel Dracos. Joining me at the analyst desk today is Martin DeFicio-Lunger. How you feeling, DeFicio?
I'm feeling pretty damn good. We had fun intros to this one. You guys won't get to know what it was all about, but it was good. It was
All right, Mr. Mysterious. All right, well, this week in the EU LCS, we'll be joining you guys at home on patch 7.6. However, there is one exception. Galio will be disabled. Now, European League officials have disabled him for this week and the entirety of playoffs.
Yeah, so no Galio. Sucks, because he's kind of the highlight of this patch. Everything else is kind of boring, because really small changes.
Very small change.
Very small thing.
To be fair, I think a lot of teams appreciate, because last time we had a playoffs patch, it was massive changes.
Hey, we've had moments where we messed up everything before playoffs. This time around, we kept it very, very quiet, as you said. I think Warlord's Bloodlust is a little bit better now. It's interesting, especially on Jhin, where it's about the total AD you have with the heal coming back. We could see some shenanigans, but let's talk about it when we actually see the champion.
Exactly. All right, well, this last week will be a sprint at the end of the marathon for teams in the EU LCS, and for more on the implications of this week, here is QuickShot.
Boring.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Hello, everybody. I am Trevor QuickShot Henry, and I'd like to bring you guys up to speed with what is on the line for Week 10, which is the final week of the regular split here in the European LCS. We kick off playoffs next weekend. Let's take a look at how the teams stand. With G2 Esports in #1 from Group A, they are locked into the semi-finals. They have that bye, so they're going to be safe. They're not going to appear in the quarterfinals. Misfits right behind them. They just need a single game win, and they will lock in that second seed. And as the introduction video highlighted, Fnatic and Roccat, they're doing battle for that third and final spot from Group A in the playoffs. Now, if you look at Group B, it's a 3-horse race, and nobody is locked for seeding yet. Yes, UOL, H2K, and Splyce will all appear in the postseason, and these are the matchups that are going to help determine in what seed. I want to focus on the Group B games, looking at Unicorns of Love versus Splyce to start the day. Tomorrow, H2K Origin. Saturday, Vitality UOL. And Sunday, the exciting one, H2K versus Splyce. And the reason I think they're so exciting, first, second, and third seeds can change dramatically as the games play out. And that is, of course, because Unicorns of Love, they're currently sitting pretty in first place. Now, if they pick up 2 series wins, they guarantee the #1. Technically speaking, they can still finish first with any result that is on the series losses, but they need to pick up some games along the way, because right behind them, H2K and Splyce are jostling for position. H2K and Splyce are currently in the 2nd and 3rd seeds. And if you look at the games that they will be playing, Splyce face off against Unicorns of Love to start the day. They play against H2K on Sunday, and H2K have a slightly easier matchup against Origin. if you're a fan of either of these teams, you're looking for 2 O's, okay? A 2-0 series game score in the series will allow either H2K or Splyce to jump up the ladder. To put this into perspective, if Splyce get themselves a 4-0 this week against UOL and H2K, they guarantee themselves second with the possibility of taking first, depending on how UOL play. So, in summary, the Splyce boys, they could shake up the standings because they're biting at the heels of the Unicorns of Love, and they could leave H2K feeling just a little salty at the prospect of facing Misfits in the playoffs. That's what these guys are playing for. They want to get that second seed in Group B so they can dodge Misfits in the quarterfinals. Will the Splyce boys sink their fangs into the competition, or will the Unicorns of Love stop the Splyce sauce from spreading? Dracos DeFiscio, what do you guys think?
Well, thank you, QuickShot. We'll see just how salty Splyce like their playoff stakes. I don't know what to say to that, so I'm just going to talk about this matchup.
Yeah, the start was very professional, and then the ending kind of went off the rails a little bit.
Went downhill just a little bit in the professionalism aspect. However, looking at this matchup, Unicorns of Love coming up versus Splyce. Yeah. It's a hard week for Splyce, but I think a shining light on the side of Splyce has been Wonder. But this isn't going to be an easy matchup for him because he is going up against Vizicachi, yet another top lane Titan.
Exactly. I think we have 2 of the best performing top laners facing each other today, and it's not something we could say about Wonder earlier in the split. It's really recently when we have more carries up in the top lane. Even the Fizz he's been bringing out, it's kind of put him back as one of the absolute best players up in that specific lane. And that's why this matchup is so exciting, because these 2 guys are the ones who can really carry games from that position. They're aggressive, you know, and they also play well with the jungler, especially Wonder.
Well, is there a difference at all in these guys' style? Like, should we expect the teams to play differently around them? Should they pick anything different individually? What's going to be the major difference between them, or are they just very similar?
Well, I think in the pure 1v1, they are fairly similar in the way they play. They're not afraid of going for that all-in. They're not afraid to kind of, you know, take over the game or try to take over the game. But I think the man on your screen right here, Trashy, is the one we look at when we look at differences between the 2 top laners, because I think Trashy is spending more time and doing a better job setting up Wonder than Xerxes is when it comes to Vizicachi. So once we combine jungle and top lane, I think Splyce then have bit of a difference and maybe a bit of an advantage, but Xerxes is the kind of jungler who will then try to have a bit more late game impact, or maybe look at other lanes at the same time. It's going to be very interesting, and I think the Danish Huni Reignover really need to shine in this series if they want a 2-0.
I think to clarify, they did call themselves that. We did not label
We
them
did
that.
not label
Just
it.
before there's a thread, DeFiscio, how can you say that? But it is, I think it's interesting when we look at the stakes for this match, because as Trevor mentioned in the Telestrator earlier, stakes are very high for Splyce, and Unicorns of Love in a very good position to look to find that buy, and it's always crucial to make it straight into the semifinals.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to play against G2.
No, that's the key thing, Ian. There's actually a lot of things for Unicorns here. One, you avoid G2 before final. That's important, first of all. Second of all, you want to continue this fantastic trend you have going right now, where there was a slump after IEM, but then lately, the last 4 matches, they've been destroying people. 8-1 overall, 6K goal lead at 25 minutes on average. That's absolutely insane how one-sided these games have been. And they have H2K in there, so it's not like they only had bad opponents, even a Rocket who's been getting better and better. So Unicorns really want to continue that trend. And then the third one, I think, is, they kind of want to prove, we are a top 2 team. We are a team you should take super serious in playoffs, because some fans and even sometimes us, we can downplay them a little bit when things are not going 100% correct. But I think them locking in that first place will just kind of cement them as one of the absolute best teams in Europe.
Absolutely. Well, we'll see if the Unicorns can take their first step towards securing that playoffs bye, or if Splyce will stop the rampaging herd in their tracks as we